Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. So, Brother Isaiah with the Pittsburgh GMS camp, coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachaha Kodash. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. I was riding and I was thinking, I was listening to this radio station, and the guy on there was speaking about the moon landing, and he said, basically, they were talking about the song, The Man on the Moon, and the dude said, it never happened, and he had a good point. He said, until I see somebody on the moon with brand new updated HD footage, in 2023, 2024, but it's 2024 now, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, then it never happened. And I thought to myself how, that's just another part of the deception that this devil has been allowed to pull over the whole earth. Okay, and I thought about how some people, Christians and other people who may have the scriptures, who may not understand the scriptures properly, may think that there's going to be a time after Yahweh Shai comes back. This, when you think about in the book of Revelation, it talks about Satan being thrown into the pit, all right, to the bottomless pit for 1,000 years, and then being released that he may deceive the earth. Now, some people think, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, all right, because I never really got into the actual scriptures that they use to try to support this theory of the rapture and the tribulation and all that. But I believe some people use this to support some idea that Satan's going to resurge after Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus Christ, all right, establishes his kingdom on the planet Earth. And I just thought to myself that I would do something real quick in transit, just basically speaking on how that period of 1,000 years, okay, of the devil being thrown into the bottomless pit and then being released to deceive the earth, that has already happened. Okay, the 1,000-year period that the devil was in captivity, all right, was speaking of the man. Okay, because when you go into that word devil, which I need to brush up on it, okay, I believe it's diabolos, okay, which goes into a deceiver, okay, a devil-like man, a deceiver. Okay, now 2 Thessalonians tells you that there's a man that's going to be revealed. He who's coming is after the working of Satan. All right, now Christians like to say, well, yeah, man, that's talking about the Antichrist. Well, if you understood how how it works, there are many Antichrists. Okay, there's not just one guy. You know what I'm saying? Who's the Satan incarnate on the planet Earth, like you might see, who they call the son of perdition, just one guy. That's not how it works, okay? There are many people that come in the spirit of anti-Messiah, all right? So you got to understand that first and foremost, okay? But when it speaks about this 1,000-year period, okay, that was during the Dark Ages? During what they call the Dark Ages. Okay, because at that time, you had Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, really primarily so-called blacks, Judites, were ruling, all right, in Rome, okay, and in different regions over there that you would call Europe, all right, and that bottomless pit refers to Europe, okay, all right, because it's, a pit is simply, in the scriptures, referred to as like a land, okay, as it says in the Apocrypha, thou hast chosen thee one pit, Okay, out of all the lands thou hast chosen thee one pit. But what was the pit that Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, who the world calls God or Jehovah? What is the pit that he chose? He chose the land of Israel. Okay, and so likewise, when you speak about the bottomless pit, okay, Europe, okay, is a land of low resources. Okay, and very few resources, man. It's like an abyss. Okay, a bottomless pit. You know, I remember, I never forget watching this survival show of a dude, you know, searching the coastline of somewhere in England or wherever he was in that region of Europe, and he wasn't able to really find very much to eat, man. It wasn't nothing out there but like rocks, and I think the nigga found some seaweed or some algae or something like that he ended up snacking on. It wasn't very abundant, all right, in comparison to, you know, even America, you know, where you have certain food and things that you can harvest, all right, in the wilderness and such. So anyway, and so like, you know, for the in transit, you know what I'm saying, like I've been doing a lot of these lately, you know, having things going on, or might have an idea hit me while I'm in transit, but you know, the scriptures talk about the time of the Gentiles being fulfilled, man. All right, we're still in that time of Satan, okay, deceiving the earth. It's not over yet, all right, because this nigga's still in power, all right. He still controls the narrative, and he still's falsifying the narrative. So that means that period is not over yet. We're still waiting on it to be done with, okay. But anyway, you know, I don't want to. As soon as I turn this car off, it's gonna disconnect. You know, but you gotta, you know, people gotta understand that. All right, that 1,000-year period has already happened. You know, some people want to link Ezekiel. I think it's 38. People want to say, oh, well, Ezekiel 38 talks about people coming against the land of Israel, and it seems to, if you read it in a timeline fashion, then it seems to indicate that, after the kingdom is established, that, you know, people will come up against the Israelites. No, it's not gonna happen like that, man. Okay, once the kingdom is established, as the scriptures tell you, it shall not be left to other people, man. It shall not be left to other people. So you got to understand that can't happen, okay? That's what the precepts exist for. It's for you to check your thoughts when you start trying to, you know, when a stumbling block starts coming up, all right? You got to check your thoughts. But anyway, let me see. Maybe there's a script. Well, I got it connected by the cable. So if I grab it, it's going to disconnect for sure. Damn. Let's go to this Ezekiel. I got the Bible right here. Let me go to that Ezekiel 38. Because some people like to use that. We had a brother come up from a different camp, and he was stuck on it. He was asking questions about it. He was kind of stuck on it because he was reading it that way. You know, we had to tell him, like, look, bro, that's not gonna happen. You know, Ezekiel. Okay, let me get to 38. 38. Okay. And I believe this is the chapter they was using. Yeah. Verse 8. It says, after many days thou shalt be visited. In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel. which have been always waste, but it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm, thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, and thou in all thy lands, and many people with thee. Okay? See, so now when you go into it, you keep reading, it says, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages, I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, but having neither bars nor gates. Okay, now there's a pause break in here before the word safely, which the word it says here in the Bible is also confidently. Okay, so that represents America, man. Okay, now we could also think about it. Let's say if because Israel was proud at one point. Okay, and I can see why you would read this and say, oh damn, it's gonna come after Israel, but no, man. Okay, really, this is spiritually talking about Israel is a people before it's a place. Okay, all right. So there's going to be Israelites dwelling in Babylon. Okay, and Gog and Magog is going to come upon Babylon, man. All right, this place is going to get breached. Okay, verse 12. Let me make sure I want to read that. Yeah, it still says it right here too. Therefore, son of man, prophesy and say unto Gog, verse 14. Thus saith the Lord power, in that day when my people of Israel dwell safely, shalt thou not know it? And thou shalt come from thy place out of the north parts, thou and many people with thee, all of them riding upon horses, a great company, and a mighty army. And thou shalt come up against my people of Israel, as a cloud to cover the land. See, my people of Israel, it shall be in the latter days, and I will bring thee against my land, that the heathen may know me, when I shall be sanctified in thee, O Gog, before thy eyes, before their eyes. Okay, so they're gonna attack the land of Israel. All right, it said he's gonna come up against the land of Israel, so the heathen may know. Okay, because the Lord's gonna put the strength in the hand of God to destroy the people in the Holy Land. All right, and there will be people that are settled on their leads. Okay, inside of Israel that will be attacked. All right, that will be taken. Because there's a certain charge that's been given into the hands of these devils to destroy. Okay, because hey, man, Jake here is comfortable, man. Jake is comfortable here. All right, and when they say peace and safety, then sudden travail come upon them. Now we know that's talking about the missiles primarily, but hey, man, you got a lot of like Amos 8 and 9, or is it 9 and 8? All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. So that will happen too. Thus saith the Lord power. Art thou he of whom I have spoken in old time by my servants, the prophets of Israel, which prophesied in those days? All right. Many years that I will bring thee against them. And it shall come to pass at the same time when God shall come against the land of Israel, saith the Lord power, that my fury shall come up in my face. Okay. For in my jealousy and in fire, the hell? For in my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath have I spoken it. Surely in that day there shall be a great shaking in the land of Israel, so that the fishes of the sea, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the field, and all creeping things that creep upon the earth, and all the men that are upon the face of the earth shall shake at my presence, and the mountains shall be thrown down, and the steep places shall fall, and every wall shall fall to the ground. So what does that sound like? That sounds like the nuclear missiles, man. It sounds like when the nukes come down, all right, and shake the earth. Israel's one of those targets. Okay? and I will call for a sword against him throughout all my mountains, saith the Lord power. Every man's sword shall be against his brother. You see? So, hey, man, there's a lot. Woo! Says, I will plead against him with pestilence and with blood, and I will rain upon him and upon his bands and upon the many people that are with him in overflowing rain and great hailstones, fire and brimstone. See? So the Lord's going to come down and destroy Esau with the chariots, man, and the missiles. Thus will I magnify myself and sanctify myself, and I will be known in the eyes of many nations, and they shall know that I am Yahweh. All right, so that's the destruction that's going to happen. Okay, that's not talking about when the kingdom gets established. Okay, look, man, Esau's going to get destroyed. All right, it says that Jacob is gonna go in the midst of Esau like a young lion in the midst of lambs, and he's gonna destroy them, man. All right, and Esau shall be found no more. Okay, so we know that ain't talking about when the kingdom gets set up, man. Esau's not gonna rise to power no more, man. Okay, he's just gonna be gathered up, and he's just gonna be slaughtered. All right. So anyway, I just want to go into that, man. That 1,000 years in the book of Revelation. Let me see if I can find it. I can't think of where it is. I think it's in the book of Revelation. Yeah, right here. Open right to it. Revelation 20:1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. I believe they said, I forget what the name of this Jake was. Okay, but basically, there was a certain Jake that came into power. Okay, and he was the beginning of the end. Okay, for Esau, man. All right, Esau was put into captivity when Jake went into power. Okay, then of course our natural born enemy Esau would be put into captivity. Okay, it says verse 2. Did I read it yet? And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season. Some people think, Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Christ, is going to come down and reign for 1,000 year period, because it says that I believe it mentions that he's going to reign for 1,000 years. And then they think that Esau's going to come back into power. That's not going to happen, man. This is speaking about the time we're currently in. Okay? See, it says, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that, he must be loosed a little season. Okay? So right now, he's already loosed. The scriptures talk about Jerusalem shall be trodden under foot of men until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. All right? So we're still in the time of the Gentiles right now. Okay? And then as you read on, it talks about the elect. They had not received the MOTB. Okay? And so on and so forth, man. All right? And it talks about the second death, which is the nuclear missiles, man. On such the second death have no power. So I just, Slacky, I was just trying to skimming through, reading a little bit through the spirit. But hey, man, this devil, he's still deceiving the earth right now. And that's what leads me back to what I started this lesson off about was, he told everybody that he went to the moon. Okay, but why they no new footage, man? They got rovers they can go across the surface of Mars and, do different things supposedly. And they got all these different technology, and they can show you a picture of this and a picture of that. Well, show us another moon landing. If y'all was able to, with that black and white technology, do all that, we should be able to see some HD quality footage. What you saying? People ain't interested in the moon? That ain't true. We want to know what's up there. We want to see a human being bouncing up on the moon with a flag. All right, you can't. I mean, you got niggas in space stations floating in the sky supposedly, but you can't put somebody else on the moon and let us see them roam around and take pictures and show us what's out there. But we don't believe you then. All right, and we will be safe to say uh, that it didn't happen, man. You know what they say on that Red Hot Chili Pepper song. I don't really listen to them niggas because they very heavily demonic, and when you listen to their music, man, it puts like a negative spirit on you. What does it say? Evil communication corrupt good manners. All right, but there's a song called Californication. He says space may be the final frontier, but it's made in the Hollywood basement. Okay, and that's facts. Yeah, space. Space, the final frontier. Okay, but really, man, all that stuff is fabricated. You know, it's falsified, man. And Salaki, I had a lot of activity around me, so I just kind of getting distracted through the lesson and kind of slipping up a little bit with what I was saying. But anyway, Lord willing, it was edifying, man. That 1,000-year period already occurred. All right, and once this devil gets taken down out of power, he's not going back into power no more, man. I can't find it. It might be in Daniel. Let me see if it's in the book of Daniel. It might be in Daniel 12. Daniel Allah. See if I can find it. Because scriptures tell you very explicitly that once the Israelites enter into the land, it will not be left to other people. See if I can find this. Here we go. Book of Daniel. And I might be wrong. Knowledge shall be increased. Oh, this just speaks of. No, so that ain't it. Salakia. Thought it said it in here about it now. It ain't in there, Salaki. But anyway, it does talk about Jacob's trouble. Once again, this is a hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, which means that we're coming into times of trouble for so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. As it tells you in the book of Second Ezra, what? That they shall be like maddening men, sparing none, but steady spoiling them, which fear the Lord. So it's primarily going to be a test for the believers, man. It's going to be, we're entering into times where believing is an act of war, it's an act of violence, okay, and we're going to be labeled as wicked just for what we believe, for believing in the truth. So I'm going to end it there. But as it tells us, Salakia, as it tells us in the Apocrypha, okay, make thee ready for thy battle, and in those evils be even pilgrims upon the earth. We gotta start detaching from these, mortal things that we have. The things that we have are temporary, man, and they can be taken away at any moment. All right, so you can't be too attached to these earthly things, man. Okay, and you cannot let the love of anything on this earth, anything or anyone, take you from the love of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, you're gonna have love and emotions and things, but none of that should trump or should overshadow the love you have for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and the dedication you have towards serving Him. All right, or serving them, I should say. All right, the Heavenly Father and His Son. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up there. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachaha Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopefully elect. Lord willing, you were edified. Salaki, where I may have fallen short, I hope that you were edified nonetheless. And shalom.